I'm already as hyper as SpongeBob.
I can do a SpongeBob laugh. That was pretty good, right? SpongeBob laugh coming in hot.
Whoa, wait, where's SpongeBob?
That was me. Joke's on you guys.
No, it's Patrick.
I'm ready.
I've seen this episode before. Deja vu, so hard to ignore. Promise it'll only play once more. Everything is a rerun.
Welcome to the idobi radio space. I hope you like it.
It's so beautiful.
Yes, and this is Tommy over here.
Hey.
He's got a camera and mic because he ends up shouting out a couple things throughout the chats.
Love
So
it.
figured why not. And this is Frankie. And I'll let you give Frankie a treat. You're going to make her sit and then fist bump for it.
Oh my god.
So,
this
you
is the
ready?
best day of my life.
You ready?
Sit.
Well, Frankie, get off my lap
Yeah,
real quick.
can't
There you
sit
go.
There. Sit and then fist bump. As a good girl.
Oh, there you go. Stay here or go down. Go
Wherever
down.
you want to go.
Whatever. Okay, bye-bye. And she's under the
And
table.
she's under the table.
But welcome, Devin. Thanks so
Well,
much for
thanks
stopping
for
by.
having me, Nick.
I feel like I see you all the time now. I just saw you on Saturday.
I know. I'm everywhere.
But now we got you here. We're going to chat all Honey Revenge because you, it's just a band. I can't even shut up to you about your own band. So I'm posting about it. I'm showing my friends about it. Tommy, you know when we first saw Honey Revenge?
Oh yeah, I
Opening
do.
For Hot Milk.
Yep.
Yep.
That was
Chain
a
Reaction
great
show.
We're all just teenage runaways. We're all just teenage runaways.
I don't even know if we chatted there.
We did. I think that was I was thinking actually before this. I was like, where did we meet? Because I've always known of the Nick Major.
Yeah, naturally.
Massive celebrity.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
But no, I think that was the first time we were introduced formally.
And it was probably through Bob, because maybe. But Bob Becker was out there. And
Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe, probably. Good old Bob.
He was hyping you guys up because he kicked off Thriller Records.
Yeah.
After, because if anyone doesn't know, he's the guy who created Fearless. And he was talking to me and he's like, I just kind of missed going back to the roots of finding bands I love and putting them on a label. And you're one of the ones that he's got on there.
We love Bob.
I think Bob is one of the nicest guys ever. How did you guys get involved with him? How did you meet him? Because he's such a legend.
Well, it was kind of just happened, Thriller reached out to us right around the time Distracted was on the way out.
You seem so distracted with yourself. Say I overreacted, but it's hard for me to tell.
We had a lot of connects to them. Our close friend, and I always say he's like the invisible member of Honey Revenge, KJ Strock.
Mm-hmm.
He was working with us, and he was in a band that was on Fearless back in the day.
I set myself up for your love. I'll light a match and watch the flames burn through my house.
They apparently already knew of us from social media, which was cool to find out.
That's where I love social media.
Yeah, I'm chronically online. Been that way since I was a wee lass. So
But I do love the fact that now artists can use social media to kind of at least get their name out there rather than the day of, I don't know, back in the 60s or 70s. You probably
you don't have to wait for
send
someone to do
demos
the
out.
work for you. You can kind of just, you put yourself out there. It's self-promotion. That's what it's for. Those who are not taking advantage of that are silly geese, in my opinion.
So was Distracted already recorded by the time you guys joined up with Thriller?
Yes. We had Distracted's an older song. Some of the songs that we're about to put out this year have been in the works for years. It's crazy. Honey Revenge is finally putting out all this music. But Distracted, I wrote, I want to say 2 years ago, and I'd been promoting it for a solid 6 months online before it came out. So there was definitely people that were getting impatient. So I'm glad it's finally out and people are loving it. So that makes me so happy.
I love it. How did the band come to be? How did you guys join up and create Honey Revenge?
So it's a great story. So our guitarist, Donovan, was about to graduate high school, living in Georgia. They are from Dalton, Georgia, the carpet capital of the world.
Oh, I didn't realize they were from Georgia.
Yeah, they're from Georgia. And my old band had this video going around of me doing this trick. And it was making its way around the internet. And Donovan saw this video and was like, that's crazy. So they slid into the band's DMs and they were like, hey, I'm moving to LA soon. And I was wondering if you guys knew any bands in the scene that were looking for guitarists. And wouldn't you know it, that we were looking for a guitarist.
Oh. Donnie came in. And Donnie can shred.
And Donnie's a shredder. Yeah, that's my little shredder. So they hit me up, and we kind of were still in lockdown and social distancing and all. So we had a series of guitarists sending in videos, audition videos, playing our songs. And I was just like, that one. Because Donnie is the smiliest. If you come to one of our shows, you've seen it. They are the most...
Oh, the energy.
The happiest person I've ever seen playing guitar. And so I was just kind of like, that one has a happy demeanor. That guy, that's our guitarist.
Uh-huh.
So, it was perfect. And then that band ended up breaking up very soon after.
Oh, so you guys were both in the previous band
Yeah,
together,
Donovan signed up to join my old band, and then everyone kind of just went their own way. Because the pandemic, it put a lot of people...
shifted a lot of things. By the way, what was this trick that you were doing in a video that you just mentioned that Donnie saw?
It's called a front walkover. I was a gymnast.
I know what that is. My sister was a cheerleader and a gymnast, so I know what that is.
It was a one-handed front walkover, and I would still sing. And
did you do that on stage?
it was on the floor. It was in this local venue back in Fullerton.
Right here on the couch, live in front of everybody. We're going to do a front walkover. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to maybe see that on stage.
I'll
maybe
show-
not. I don't
I'll
want
show
you
you
to
the
kill
video.
yourself
I'll show
on
you the
stage.
video when I have my phone again. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, so Donovan saw this video and was like, I want to be in that band. So it worked out. Unfortunately, that band is no more, but I think everything happens for a reason, because I think Honey Revenge is exactly what's supposed to be part of my life right now. Like,
Yeah.
I think this was always how it was supposed to end up.
I love your music so much.
Thank you.
When I was in Hawaii with my family when Rerun came out, when the music video for it, and I was
Yes,
just
I
like,
remember, yes.
oh my God.
And I thought this was as bad as it gets, but I was wrong, I was so wrong. Seems like the world's placing bets if I'll be able to last any longer.
So was this an older song? Who are you working with on these songs? Like I made sure today, because I kind of know you now. I was like, I want to do as little research as I can just to make it more casual.
To make me actually have to
So,
answer your questions
yeah.
and not have you already know these.
Exactly. So who are you working with these? Because it seems like all the tracks you've put out from Ride.
I'm in it for the long haul. I'm looking on the right side. I'm balanced how I won't fall. I'm in it for the ride.
To Rerun, to what's coming up next, which we'll get into that as well. They're all bangers. You write really catchy, good stuff.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
So Rerun is another song that was kind of just in the vault. There's like one or two more that we have coming out this year that were from this period of time a couple summers ago when Donovan and I, because again, I don't play an instrument. I'm useless in that department. So I write a lot of my songs.
Amen. I make Tommy come up with all of our guitars,
Yeah.
which is usually just Blink
Oh, that
182
was a
covers.
horrible high five. There we go.
Ooh.
Chris.
Ow!
But yeah, we wrote Rerun a couple summers ago, and it was one of those things where the song was really good, but there was something missing, and the chorus was just not where it needed to sit. But I really loved that song, and so we just did a session with Hiram Hernandez. He's really awesome producer, and at first we were kind of trying to do a song from scratch, and then I was like, we have this song that we've been trying to get off the ground, and it just kind of needs a little tweaking, a little help. And he really breathed the new life into it, and it just took off. And I remember just being so excited to put it out and do the music video for it as soon as we started it, because I was like, damn, this is a bop.
Everything is a rerun. Everything is a rerun.
It would be fun to hear the earlier versions of it.
Oh, I'll
That
show you.
needed
I
to-
got
oh,
'em.
I would love to hear
I
it.
got him.
But the final product, the chorus, everything,
Yeah.
it just feels like it's a complete song.
Yeah, it was just like I don't know what we did to the chorus, but I think maybe we brought it up an octave or something, and it just changed the whole vibe of the song for realsies.
So as of the time of us talking today, yesterday was a big day for two reasons. One, Panic at the Disco announced that they were breaking up.
Yes.
And I saw you on TV dressed up as Beetlejuice. What show was that on that you did? Was it the Wayne Brady show?
Yeah, it was Let's Make a Deal.
Let's make it. Tommy, she was on Let's Make a Deal in the audience.
That's
dressed
awesome.
as Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Big Tim Burton fan.
I used to have green hair. I had
Okay.
green hair for 4
Oh wait,
years.
look at my shirt.
I was gonna
Oh,
say.
you're wearing a Beetlejuice shirt.
Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah.
I thought I saw that. That's funny.
perfect.
Fate.
You had colored hair. What?
I know, crazy. So yeah, I had green hair for a really long time. So I had actually been Beetlejuice and done the Beetlejuice makeup before. So my hairstylist, shout out Jessica Ruby, Flamingo Lounge, go get your hair done by her. She's amazing, and we've just become really, really great friends in the last couple years that she's been doing my hair. And she got invited to compete on Let's Make a Deal. And she was like, Devin would be really fun to bring as a guest because I'm just like, I'm crazy.
Loud and proud.
Crazy. So she invited me on, and I forgot it was coming out in January, and then I started getting tagged and people being like, isn't this you? And I was like, oh, shoot.
Were you just in the audience?
I was just an audience member. You can reapply to be a contestant. I might do it just to plug the band on live television, but I don't know. We'll see.
You're just singing songs the entire time
I
you're
just
up there?
sing my whole introduction.
Like, ma'am, stop. Please stop it. Knock it off. Well, it looked beautiful. I only saw the picture of it that you posted. I didn't actually see the episode.
No, yeah, it's fine.
But it looked cool. What bands were so I said Panic at the Disco yesterday. They announced that they're ending. What bands were you listening to growing up in the days that you were in school with Meg Dick, by the way? How weird was that?
I have so many mutual friends. I've lived in LA my whole life.
And that was a weird one for me because I know Meg not at all in the music industry.
I reached out to that mutual friend of ours, by the way, and she had told me that Meg had reached out to her and brought it up.
Like last week or so, it was like the 5-year anniversary because I do short films as well. And Meg was in all of my short films when I was really doing those.
Your mailbox, it was just a little too small for this guy.
Jesus!
I've got 2 orders of the house specialty pasta.
You're being genuinely mean right now.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Whoa! Oh my God!
You are a true talent.
So I posted like, happy 5 years to this. And then you were like, I went to high school with this chick.
Yeah, well, you're not actually the first person I've seen post about her, but I was like, that's too random. I have to tell him that.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she remembers me, but I remember her.
But so in those days, what were you listening to? What brought you to the taste that would be Honey Revenge?
Definitely Panic at the Disco.
Well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear, no, I can't help but to hear in exchanging of words.
I love you too.
That
so that was a
band
sad
for
one
me.
yesterday.
That was
Now, were you sad?
I
about
was
it?
sad. I was sad. I think all great things must come to an end, and he has valid reasons for doing that. He's having a child, so
He has built a career it's great. He's going to be able to focus on
gonna
his
be able to be a dad.
child,
That's
being
great.
a husband.
I like back in the day. I loved Never Shout Never.
Baby, I love you. I never want to let you go. The more I think about, the more I want to let you know.
Like that was also a really big band for me.
Well, we got Christopher Drew right outside the door. No, I'm just kidding.
He just falls through the ceiling.
That was not supposed to happen. We
No.
built this room ourselves, so it's not architecturally structured.
I loved You Me at 6.
You give me on the edge of my seat. I'm on my tongue, so you don't hear me.
I really, really loved Don Broco. That's a newer one that I love.
One of the funnest bands live is Don Broco.
I think I really love Don Broco because they make rock music, but it's still like party music. Like,
and they look like they're from the 80s.
And I love that.
When I see his head of hair, just those curls, they're so good.
I'm a curly girly myself, so
we support.
We support curly girlies. Loved Sleeping with Sirens and Percival a bunch. Bring Me the Horizon. I'm a metalcore girly.
I'm
also.
a metalcore.
Deep at my core. I'm at
Metalcore
my core. Boy.
Yeah, I love that. The other day I posted like an old clip of my first band ever. We used to cover old Bring Me the Horizon.
I think I saw that. I think I saw that. That was amazing.
So we have a lot of the same music interests. So I can see kind of what your past led to what you're doing now.
Yeah, I think I really grew up on, radio. I didn't discover rock music right away, so I always knew that I loved music and I loved the stuff that got stuck in your head. So I loved Pink and Katy Perry.
I kissed a girl and I liked it. The taste of her cherry chapstick.
Demi, old Miley and Hannah Montana.
So really from the pop side to the metalcore side.
Yeah, it really
just a large.
It kind of just was a natural development. Like I got super into Hannah Montana and radio Disney rock, and then when I discovered Paramore, it was kind of oh, so this is what I actually was meant to be doing. I want to do that. I want to be in a band. And then it was bands like Paris and Tonight Alive and then I got into the heavier stuff, and I think that's what Honey Revenge really is the culmination of, because Donovan also loves heavy music, so I think it's really this cool combination of our interests with pop music and heavier rock music. Like, we're really trying to accomplish as much of all of it as possible.
Which is awesome. And I got to get you both in here because I'd love to chat with Donnie as well.
Yes.
Just about them in general. So
Yes.
I obviously down
They
the
are a
road.
hoot.
I am ready for that. Name, Honey Revenge, where'd it come from? Hit me.
So it was really us trying to find a way to get that point across with the pop and the rock, trying to make that as obvious as possible while also still having kind of we both are like really into like horror and Halloween, and so we love like a spooky moment, and we're both a little more, you know, feminine and like colorful, and we still wanted to have both ideas. Like, we love rock music, but we love being like pretty and goofy and glamorous. Yes. And so I think Honey Revenge was really a good way to get that point across. We had a few names in the hat.
What were some of the other name options that were almost Honey Revenge?
So we had Karma with no, like, the first A wasn't there, so it was Krma.
Okay.
There was Chlorine.
Was that just spelt like the chlorine that I put in a pool?
Yeah. I think we were playing with spellings. And then I really liked this one, and I don't know if it would have been one that held up after years and years, but it was Young October. Mm-hmm. And I really liked that.
I think maybe just because I know the name so well, but out of the ones you've said, Honey Revenge, I'm like, that's you guys.
It's really evolved. Like, I think it's hard when you first, I know, exactly. It's really hard when you first come up with a band name you have to really be able to sell it. You know what I mean? You have to be able
She's being crazy today.
It's because I had her hoodie on all day, and when I take it off, she's like, I just need to rub into everything. You got a wet mouth from your water. But no, I definitely see the catchiness and the memorability of Honey Revenge out of everything you said. So that's, I support that.
I appreciate that. It's definitely like you have to sell your own band name for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you have to be able to believe in it. And I think like my last band, the last band I was in was Google generated. And so
no, I thought that was the name for a second.
No,
I was like, interesting
What's
name.
What's up? We are Google generated.
No. And the crowd Googles.
So I really wanted the name for this project to make sense and be one that people were gonna like, you know, and I wanted to like it. I didn't want years from now to be like, oh, that's dumb, because that's how I felt with my last band name.
And I've chatted with so many artists. Tommy, do your thing. Frankie, look at what Tommy's got.
Frankie, come here. Come on. Come on.
Oh,
crazy.
It worked first time we've done that because she just gets annoying all the time. I've talked with so many bands who years later they're like, oh, but I hate our band name.
It was definitely like months and months of just getting on calls and being like, so what about this one? We would just, when you're in that mindset of like looking for a name for something like that, we would just be driving through the city and we'd see street signs and be like, like, we're just picking any possible word.
Boulevard.
Yeah, exactly. Possible word off of any street, off of any sign, off of any place, and trying to make it work for a band name.
I know a song that you've started to tease now. Are you impressed?
Yes.
I've heard the whole thing.
I did. I sent it to you.
If I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, no, you can. Yeah.
I was impressed.
I think by the time this comes out, we'll have already announced the release date.
Oh, nice. And at least there's a clip of it out, so I know I can put the clip of it in.
Forever trying to please you, but I can't. Following the leader, not a chance. Coming out with a fever treater. I'm doing my best. Are you impressed?
This is the next song you guys are releasing.
Yes.
Was this another one that you guys had a while ago? Is this a newer one that you guys have made?
So this one's really funny. So I literally wrote Are You Impressed by the first lyrics. I tweeted them actually first, and then I was like, that's a song, and I deleted the tweet.
You're like, wait, no, that's my original idea.
That someone's gonna steal that. And so I literally tweeted, sure, I could be doing more, but I could be doing less. And I was like, that's actually a lyric, take that back. And I deleted it and immediately started writing the song. We got to work on it with Mike Green, which was really awesome.
Oh, a legend.
Yes, so he's worked with a lot of bands that I really, really love and look up to. So it was super cool, and we wrote most of it in his studio with him. It kind of just wasn't a happy accident, and I'm super stoked because I think it's a really fun song, not only to listen to, but I think it really translates live, and I'm excited to play it for everyone on tour. So
Is this your guys' first tour?
this is our first tour.
Woo, congrats.
Thank you. I just got note that 2 more dates just sold out, and
that's
so
exciting.
it's getting crazy. Yeah, we're going on tour with the home team.
Look at them make me weak, 'cause sometimes the hard thing know you just don't
Broadside, who are two of my most favorite bands ever.
Can we get one more night? Can we get one last time to feel it like we felt before? Will we want it back? Will we want it?
So I am so stoked. I literally couldn't believe it when we got the offer, and it was the hardest secret I've ever had to keep in my life. Ever.
Did your last band tour ever, or is...
Yeah, it was like, it's just so crazy the difference, because with my last band, I booked the entire tour. It was only like 5 days. That was all West Coast. It was like all California and Pacific Northwest. And I booked every band. I booked every venue. I booked every date. I found us every place to stay, whereas this is kind of like a real legitimate tour. We're going around the whole country. I had to get a passport.
Is there any Canada shows?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
so
doing
you needed a
Vancouver and
passport for it.
Toronto.
Oh, you're taking it up north.
We're taking it up north, don't you know?
I don't. Hey, what you
Hey.
talking about, eh?
Hey, what you talking about?
We do Canadian accents all the time in here. I feel like I could be from Fargo as well.
Fargo.
It's a great movie, everybody. Check it out. Coen Brothers, fantastic. That's going to be exciting, though. What are you most excited for about your first cross-country and even up to Canada tour?
I think it's going to be really cool because we've kind of developed this online presence, and I've always been online. I've always had internet friends, and this will be the first time getting to see all these people that have been supporting us all of this time, and we get to meet them and play these songs for them. Obviously, that's a really cool part of it. And then I also have a bunch of internet friends that I have known for 10 plus years that I have never met. And I'm going to get to hang out with all of them for the first time.
And that's going to be so cool to have them come out to a show to see you.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm going to short circuit for some of these because
Just black
just
out.
people who have like seen me through every phase of my life, and now they've always known, I've always wanted to do this. It's kind of the thing I've been working towards my entire life. So it's kind of crazy that it's all culminating and all these people are going to get to see me do the damn thing.
And
Yeah.
how does it feel to finally be at a spot where your band, you're signed, you're putting out music videos, a tour? Do you feel like it's heading in the right direction finally? Does it feel like there was many missed years of it not happening and now you're finally on the right path? Or
It's a little bit of both. It was a really tough. I think the pandemic took a lot from a lot of people, and I think I've always put so much of my identity into whatever I'm doing musically, whether it was my old project or my new project, and it's kind of hard when that gets ripped out from underneath you. And I'm sure a lot of musicians can relate. We weren't even established, so I can't even imagine for some people whose lives were in touring. But playing shows...
Oh, when COVID hit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And playing shows is always just like performing is like where I find my most happiness. So it's really interesting to see it all kind of actually get to happen. I think for a long time I had horrific FOMO because I felt like all of my friends and fellow musicians who were getting to tour, and I was like, oh shoot, when will I ever actually get to do that? So it's really cool because it's like it all happened for a reason. Like when I look at the full picture, it all happened for a reason. Like now it's all happening exactly as it was supposed to, with the right people, with the right music. But it's easier to say that now that I'm out of it. When I was going through all of that, like Rerun was written in a state of stagnancy, like feeling like every day was the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool to finally get to do what I was planning to do before.
I know that Are You Impressed is yet to be released, but looking past that, if you can discuss what's next on the Honey Revenge plate.
Yeah, we have lots of new music coming out. There is lots. I'll send you all of it.
Yes, yeah, let me hear it all, and I will leak it all right here.
Yeah, leak it all.
No, but I'm
LimeWire.
excited. Yeah, LimeWire. Sometimes you get the right song. Sometimes you get a virus.
YouTube
More often than
download
not, you
converter.
get porn. When I download stuff off LimeWire, so many songs I just have memorized the parts where it would be like RLD Productions in the middle of a song that had nothing to do with that company.
You had to be there. Pre-Spotify, pre-Apple Music.
Nobody will know what we went
They
through.
don't
The kids
understand.
got it good now. $10 a month, you get to listen to all the music you want.
You don't know what it's like to secretly download music and have your mom ask you later why there's this
What?
extra charge on her iTunes
Or
account.
why isn't the computer working? Because you downloaded a virus, not Blink 182 new single. So yeah, lots of new music, EP. full album?
Maybe.
Anything, yet?
Who's to say?
I guess we still got a whole tour.
Still got a whole tour, but we'll tell you soon. There's lots of new music. That's
Good.
all
And
I can say.
When the opportunity makes sense, you guys do have to come by to do a session here.
It's required.
And I know you've said that Distracted would be a great acoustic one.
I think people want to hear like an actual studio version of Distracted acoustic. I would love to do
Yes, I would love to. We got the setup here for it. You just let me know. But anything else in regards to you, in regards to Honey Revenge that's worth discussing?
I'm just so excited. That's all we can say. Like, I think people think that I have this internet persona where I'm just on all the time, and I'm actually like
she
that.
Is.
I'm
She is.
actually like that.
Yeah, I was at a show on Saturday with her. She was running around trying to get people to run in the pit with her.
He wouldn't go in the pit with me.
I was stoned out of my mind.
And it was my fault.
I took a little hit of the thickest blunt that I'd ever seen. It looked like a damn cigar.
I still have the rest of it in my other
yeah,
bag.
it'll last several lifetimes. That thing was massive. My God. But I have a feeling we'll be at least going to the Shed many a times in the future.
The Shed is where it's at. I think if there's one thing I can say from an interview with Honey Revenge, it's obviously come see us on tour, stream the music. But I would like to say, please go to local shows and support your local scene. That sounds corny, and I feel like people say it all the time. But every single band that you like was a local band at least one point or another. And I think you've seen firsthand that there is a lot of really great up-and-coming local music. It doesn't matter where you are. There is someone making something.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of messages on the band account, on my personal, with being like, I'm new and like trying to start my own musical project, and like, what advice do you have? And I just always say that, like, you will meet people by going out. You're never going to find those people if you're just trying to look online, because not everyone's online. Not everyone has found their thing online yet. So go support your local scene and buy a shirt from a small band or artist. Yeah.
Support. I love that, because I as well, whenever someone tells me they want to do this or that, I just more or less, I'm like, you got to go out and start doing it then.
You literally...
It's so much easier to sit and talk about what you want to do.
You can plan it all you want. And like, I'm a chronic, I keep saying chronic, I am a planner. I love to plan things, but I also love to just find stuff. I was also telling a friend the other day, I've never once gone to a show and been like, damn, I wish I didn't go to that show. There's weeks where like I work a full day at my day job and then I've been to 2 shows in a night sometimes. Like, I bounce around from venue to venue. And even when I'm tired and even when I'm cranky the next day, I've never once been like, yeah, I shouldn't have gone to that gig. Like, I always see people I know. I always get to find cool music.
And just meet new good people. Because I feel, the times where I feel that is if it's before I go to the show. And I'm like, do I really want to go out tonight? And then every time I do, it's always a great experience.
You always see, even if you don't like the band, like, you might make a friend. And, like, then you have someone that you know with a common interest. Like, there's so many folds to the... There's so many... What's an onion got?
Layers.
Layers.
An onion has
Thank you,
layers.
Shrek.
Yeah, and I thought of Shrek. I thought of Shrek when that was said.
I do a good Shrek impression.
Okay.
Interaction.
Okay, let's hear it really quick then before we go out.
Get out my swamp. Donkey. I just do a really good Scottish.
So thank you for listening to Honey Revenge.
Drunken Scottish. Yeah, let's know Honey Revenge. Come see us on tour with the home team and Broadside.
It's gonna be a real
A
good time,
bloody good time.
I almost went Canadian there. I think I didn't know. But thank you for stopping by.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It's been cool ever since I first chatted with Bob out at the Hot Milk Show. And
we love Hot Milk.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're coming here next month in March. They'll be here in March.
Yes.
So it's been just cool to see the releases happen, to see the videos, to see you from time to time. I forgot to mention we were both in the Games We Play music video for Get a Job.
We were talking about Fall Out Boy. Games We Play is opening for Fall Out Boy tonight at the Metro in Chicago.
You should get a fucking job. I don't wanna be like you. I wanna sing my songs and keep it going all night long.
Games We Play is opening for Fall Out Boy tonight at the Metro in Chicago.
Yeah, which is going to be great. So everyone also keep your eyes peeled for us inside of the Denny's at the Games We Play
you definitely
music
see
video.
my yellow hair bobbing up and down in that Denny's.
Did you see they had plates out filled with pancakes for everyone to
did you
eat
not?
on the way
I was
out?
picking onion rings off of the table. Were
Okay,
you not
onion
picking
with
onion
layers, onion rings. I didn't know you were such an onion fan.
I guess I am an onion fan.
I was just getting burgers with my friend, and he got his without onions, and I gave him shit for it. And then afterwards, once I had my onion breath, I was like, I guess you
What's
made the right
your
call.
go-to burger?
Well, it depends, because like my favorite burger spot. Burgers are my thing. I love burgers.
Okay.
It's Stout, which is if you
I'm
know where
vegetarian, but I love a veggie burger, and I wasn't when I ate meat. I loved burgers.
and they have a veggie burger there.
I think Donovan and I are keeping Burger King in business. We go and get an Impossible Whopper almost every time we hang out.
You pay their bills.
We pay their bills. We're keeping the king in the castle.
I just saw a Carl's Jr. and someone tagged. They spray painted the one near me, and they spray painted the logo of Carl's Jr. to look like Patrick Star from SpongeBob.
Oh my god, I know. I saw that. I took a picture.
Oh, did you? I was gonna stop and take
Yes.
a picture because that's right near where I live.
Remember, the show that we weren't there. The other show we played at Shane, Donovan and I were SpongeBob and Patrick for Halloween.
Really?
Yes, because Donovan, they literally can do the perfect Patrick impression, and then I'm already as hyper as SpongeBob.
I can do a SpongeBob laugh. That was pretty good, right? SpongeBob laugh coming in hot.
Whoa, wait, where's SpongeBob?
That was me. Joke's on you guys.
No, it's Patrick.
That was pretty good.
Pretty
Okay,
good.
I'll give you that one. And your impression of SpongeBob is just you talking.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
That was good.
Our new metal band.
Frankie's freaking out.
Frankie, I think this thing's getting off the rails. I think that's a sign to wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up.
Devin, thank you for stopping by. Honey Revenge, so many good stuff. Rerun was that the latest one that was fully put out?
Yes, Rerun. Are You Impressed?
Are
comes
You
out.
Impressed is coming out.
Yes, soon, February 17th.
Woo! And then you can catch Honey Revenge out on tour with Home Team, Broadside, all across the U.S. and Canada. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
for stopping by,
No,
Jinx. Thank you
I can't
for
wait to
stopping
come back.
by.
Frankie, thank you for having me.
Yeah, you can come hang with Frankie anytime you want. You live near here.
I do.
So thank you. I'm stoked about it all. And good luck on tour.
Thanks, Nick.